of the initial picks right here of the bans. Rico, will start with you. Okay, EVOS Esports, right off the bat, picking up such a strong early game top and jungle duo, Lee Sin and Renekton. For Rakan being picked up, I'm not going to be surprised if Orianna will be picked up as well, because Rakan and Orianna, I feel like, are the best combo to initiate this big shockwave. For GEEK fam, of course, they need that big disengage just to make sure that the Varus is going to be safe. But with this Senna being locked in, this could be a middle lane Varus.
Oh, that would actually be
no. Yes, Senna Varus lane, rather. I got excited a little bit for the comeback of the double
Riku,
80 carry comp.
But check this out. GEEK fam, you know, if they want to make things interesting and they send the Varus mid lane, you have the Senna Gragas as a dragon duo fasting bottom lane here. The Jarvan is also a flexible pick, can be sent either in the mid lane, the jungle, or the Baron lane. So GEEK fam, they are playing in the shadows right now. The only thing that you could argue is a guaranteed like lock-in, it's not going anywhere, is Senna. It's going somewhere in the bottom lane. It can't go anywhere else.
Most definitely. Yeah, it's gonna be, if ever that's gonna be a Varus and Senna, then that's gonna be an incredibly strong poke lane. But at the same time, you're going up against a Xayah and Rakan, which can be incredibly oppressive depending on how Rich is gonna set these up. And especially, we've seen Valdez before invest resources towards the bottom lane, and this could be very detrimental.
Please do it.
I'm not gonna talk till it's locked in. Do it. Do it.
We're holding our breath right now.
Exit with a bang. Let's
do
it.
You just...
I mean...
We did it!
Oh my god!
We're gonna Teemo game!
I like it. I'm speechless. I like it.
So, I have a Teemo costume that I was potentially going to wear. However, because it's all yellow, the green screen and the chroma key was keying it out. So production said, I'm sorry, Rafa, it's a no-go on the Teemo onesie.
Oh, man.
But the Teemos come back in the actual game. And now I'm jealous that we don't get to cast it, because I'm like, I just want to see Teemo played, because the way that Teemo works in Wild Rifts, it's almost like Shaco in League of Legends, because Teemo gets an invisible dash. That's nuts.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely crazy. So the harass, whoever's gonna lane against the Teemo is gonna really hate their life in that moment,
Yeah.
I suppose. I can't imagine it's gonna be so hard to gank, and I'm just so excited to see how this Teemo goes, because this is, I believe, on paper, summer season, we didn't get to see a Teemo, but in the international stage here at the SEA Championships, hello, we're seeing a Teemo. Am I dreaming? Somebody pitch me. I'll pitch myself. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, you know, we came into this and we were like, okay, this you know, we kind of know how this ends and everything, and we were like saying, GEEK fam, they can decide how they want to go out. They want to go out with a Teemo, and we are here for it. We are all for it. Let's get into game one. Casters, over to you guys.
Well, Teemo showing up for GEEK fam, playing this one out the Shang, looking to put on a performance, and you know what, Rafa, we'll do the best we can, so at least you'll feel like you're here with us. And Omo, what do you make of this?
All right, Grandon, let's break this one down. What does Teemo provide in this team composition? When Renekton comes on you, we talked about this a lot today, right, Grandon? What does Renekton Lee Sin do? He comes on you, what's step one?
Point and click CC.
Point and click CC. What does Teemo do?
Die.
He blinds you, Gamenism, so you can't point and click CC him. What does TF provide to this team composition?
Visibility.
Oh my goodness, he pops up! He pops up when you point and click CC. Oh, I'm losing the train of thought here. You just tilted me. To be fair.
EVOS Esports versus GEEK.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's it. I'm cutting it there. That's the end of the conversation. EVOS Esports versus GEEK fam. Focus on the Teemo. I mean, that's what everyone wants to see. We'll see how viable this can be. We've seen a lot of interesting compositions. Let's zoom out. Let's take a back step, see the bigger picture. I mean, we do see the Shang coming here to help clear out some of the wave quickly, so they have a better, some more prio against G4. And we also see Gragas mid.
We do indeed see the Gragas mid. A bit of cheeky level 1s coming in from GEEK fam once again, and they're gonna get punished.
Ignite comes across, next one flash away, but a fall through from the blue team, EVOS Esports with the first blood.
That is what Xayah Rakan does to you. And I mean, when we think about what Teemo does, yes, visibility is great from Twisted Fate, because if Teemo is hiding in the bush, that Destiny's Gate is going to review him. So that's true. You're not wrong there, Grandin. But what TF does when he pots up to the top lane is he will want to stun cut you. And the stun cut is an AA modifier. I love that ignite from Tipper. Just the swag points. And yeah, so Teemo, he can blind the Ruthless Predator. He can blind the stun cut. So he just needs to be afraid of the kick. So in my mind, this Teemo 5th pick is just a 6-hit counter pick.
Alright, we'll see how he plays into that. For now, let's focus back on what the junglers are doing, because you see 69 moving into the mid lane, looking for some pressure onto G4. Forces away the Twisted Fate, but this has opened up space for Valdez, not to be confused for Valdez, LCK caster. Well, he's going to make his way up to the top side. That's what you were discussing earlier. It's the Renekton Lee Sin combo up against the Tebow.
And Tebow is still forced to walk away from the wave. Can't do anything right here. You might be able to blind the Ruthless Predator, but you can't blind the rest of the spells. Can't blind that Cow the Meat. Can't blind the Resonating Strike. Look at this. G4 is making his way up as well. They don't even want to allow the Shang to get back to lane.
Well, but they're looking for a second catch onto Nyx, and it's going to come to fruition. EVOS find another in the bottom side, and things are looking a little bit dicey for GEEK fam.
They are indeed. It's not off to a great start here, I'm going to tell you, Gimnism. And look at the Shang. He needs to move soon because he's going to get a warning for being AFK.
Yeah, level 3 against the 5 Tipper. It's going to be difficult to get very much more done. Will be spotted out eventually. Just trying to soak up as much EXP as he can. But there we have it. Velda's going to make his way up. Moving onto the Shang. There we go. No kick available, but the Destiny and the Gate probably going to be used. Holds on to it. G4 still waiting on that. 69 now collapsing in on the Lee Sin. A little bit difficult. Has to try to commit something here. Blind goes across, but that's it.
Blind goes across, and that's it. Sends a parting gift. And actually, you know what? That made me realize there was something cheeky the Shank could have done. When they're threatening to dive on him, could have just hit on the tower and pretended he was backed off. They wouldn't know he's invisible.
Well,
so much
Cat
potential
Satan,
in this Teemo.
maybe trying to make Nyx invisible. Maybe trying to make Momo invisible. Invisible from lane. Won't be able to get a solo kill. Just backs off. But strong pressure coming in from EVOS Esports. Bot side is dominating top side. They've been able to consistently put the pressure on the Shang, who's lost a lot of gold and EXP as a result of that. In the meantime, G4 is also continuing the pressure in the mid side. He's been able to send Haki back for an early recall and gonna be able to come back in with the Rod of Ages compared to Haki with the 2 components.
Yeah, 2 components from Hockey is not going to be super great situation to be in. Rod of Ages is going to start ticking, and you know what that means, Gamenism? It means when the clock hits 4, EVOS, they're going to have a heads up in the next team fight. Hockey is trying his best. He needs to push this out. He needs to reset. He needs to get the roll out. Can't stress how important that's going to be. There we go. Valdez will recall as well. Everyone's getting in their buys. We're going to see a big tussle right now, as we usually expect at the 4-minute mark, Gamenism.
But it's Blade of the Rune King for the Renekton, whereas we only start to see the Haunting Guys as well as the Ninja Tabais for the team. Also, a little bit lopsided, it seems like. EVOS Esports just seem to have so much more power in this early game as opposed to what GEEK fans are able to afford. That being said, though, if we see a clutch blind, that could potentially be a game changer in these fights. EVOS start up the Rift Herald first.
Starting off, the Rift Herald EVOS are going to take this one away, and we are seeing what they're doing to the Shank here.
They find a catch onto the Teemo. This should be it. A little bit more damage comes across with the Ignite, just for safe measure. Make sure to collect the kill.
Yeah, that's the end of my point. I didn't get to make it. See what they're doing to the Shank here, and they're gonna do more. They're gonna drop the Rift Herald. They don't even need to, actually. They're just gonna take this turret. Catch tons here as well. Gonna save their Rift Herald. Gonna make their way mid as a 4-man unit. Gonna break that one, and it's all but lights out for GEEK fam. Keep in mind, this team, they came in here in their interviews. We hear them say they're dealing with a lot of issues behind the scenes. There's a lot of troubles for them. We don't know about that. We're unaware about that. EVOS, they don't care. They're going for the inhibitor.
Absolutely, and probably could escort the Rift Herald in for a second charge as well. I mean, Richard's gonna maybe look to try and make that happen. Seems to be the case, and Rift Herald should be able to find the second charge. It's only gonna find a little bit of damage onto the turret though.
Gotta get one more charge in, and EVOS Esports 5 minutes in game, finding themselves 5,000 gold up. It's looking like a pretty good situation for them. You know, we talk about the game, we talk about how a lot of games have no stakes. Like in yesterday, we saw the the top 2 teams play in the last match of the day. There were no stakes. They were having a bit of fun. Here today, there are still stakes, even though there aren't big ones. But if EVOS Esports, if they drop, correct me if I'm wrong here, Grandin, if they drop 1 game to GEEK fam, they will be the 4th seed.
if they drop one game to Geek Fam. Let me confirm this piece of information, because I do believe hearing about that before, and this might be the case. We might actually have something like that happen because of the win from Flash Wolves. Yeah, so if they actually tie, they will be 1 point below Flash Wolves, and that will make them 4th seed. So you are correct. If Geek Fam get one win here, EVOS Esports will drop to 4th.
All right, exactly. So they have to play it very careful. They don't want to risk dropping a single game to Geek Fam, because like we talked about, 4th seed means you don't have that win of bracket buffer or that top.
Yeah, they're trying to jump on the cat center, but it's going to be difficult because they don't have to follow up. Not enough from 69. Just have to back away. Valdez is right around the corner as well, but Haki chasing after, but a little bit too late.
A little bit too late indeed, and it's gonna be EVOS. They have the inside track on mid lane. G4, he's gonna have his way with that turret, gonna start chipping that one down.
I feel very reassured when you say the same things I say at the end. Makes me feel like I'm heard. Makes me feel like I'm right. I haven't been able to answer your questions very well, but
3-man cake.
EVOS have a question and an answer. Down the bottom side, finds a 3-man cake, finds the dominance with tons of damage for the Ko. And it's a big pickoff for EVOS, and it just feels like they're in full control here.
Full control indeed is the name of the game for EVOS. They want to prove that they are the rightful 3rd seed. Keep in mind, this team came in here. They are the reigning champions of the Summer Super Cup. They are the champions of the Icon Series Thailand. There we go. That's why you picked the Teemo. You have a cute little icon to go with that one. Sadly, he doesn't have that much gold, so we're not going to see the full power of the Teemo unlocked here. But, you know, we get to see some of it. We get a preview.
Love to see a little bit of that power come across, but they're going to have to decide how they want to dedicate their resources, because some of it's going to have to go to Momo, some of it's going to have to go to the Shang, and then, well, both of them desperately want this golden EXP as quickly as possible, so they're able to provide damage. But then you have to ask who's going to be the front line, because 69, he's going to make a detour. He's going to pick up the Black Cleaver. Well, I say detour, but we're not sure what his build's going to be, so Black Cleaver pickup, he's going to be a little bit squishier than he would like.
Indeed, he's gonna pick that one up. He's gonna be pretty squishy. It's pretty standard build, but normally when we see Jarvan buy it, he's not behind in gold. But this time around 69, he's so behind in gold. He has the damage, but like you said, he's gonna be super squishy. Going to a team comp with Renekton, Lee Sin, Xayah, even Twisted Fate does a pretty good chunk of damage, especially considering G4 is going for that Lich Bane build for a little bit more burst. It's gonna be a pretty tough time for 69 to engage these team fights. He will have the heals, he will have the shields from Nyx, but it's not gonna be a lot.
10 seconds, Nyx on this Infernal Drake. The Shank's not going to be playing towards the bottom side, so it's interesting. EVOS Esports get some control around the Dragon early on. Geek Fan, they're kind of being shoved off, kind of being bullied out and away from the pit here.
To get away from the pit, and this is just going to be EVOS picking this one up basically uncontested. I don't think anyone's going to come in and pick this one up. Yeah, there we go.
The Shang is trying to find some pressure in the barrel lane though, so if he's able to shove out these lanes quickly enough, maybe might be able to trade for some chip damage on the turret, and if he's able to rinse and repeat that, could potentially find some gold for himself, and that could be where Geek Fan found a window.
I was trying to find a point to add on to that, but I really could not. I'm sorry, Gimnis. If you're on your own in that one, the only window to be found, I think, is the one that EVOS opens to their financial freedom as they, march into the base, take out the towers, take out the creeps, take out the kills, build up their portfolio with Franklin Templeton.
Thank you very much for that insight, Omo. It's a great thing to see how much you love them.
I love them.
We gotta really appreciate them, and EVOS Esports.
My paychecks, I love them.
Oh, well, there we have it. Baron coming up in about half a minute, so EVOS Esports just going to play towards that. Looks like they're just looking to secure the game quite easily. It's
Quickness pop.
They're trying to find...
Quickness pop.
Probably looking for something. Yeah, probably looking for something there. I think Tipper was unable to find the kill onto the Shang. I mean, you have the team. Pretty slippery, has the Rocket Bell as well.
Yeah, pretty slippery. I think everyone in this game is building rocket belts except for EVOS. Keep in mind, for them there are stakes. For Geek Fam, there are none. EVOS want to make sure they don't risk losing this game at all. Geek Fam, they're having a little bit of fun.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate for EVOS here. They just need to play this one out, get the 2-0. Geek Fam, let's see what they can try and get done. But it's EVOS getting control over the jungle. They've been able to find pressure across the map. The obvious objective is going to be that Baron. They find the catch-off first, though, so maybe it will take down Valdez, but he's going to be able to stay alive using the Hourglass. Now, kicks away 69. He tries to get over the wall, but unfortunately, he's still blocked over there. Going to get taken down. Cataclysm comes across, and it locks down EVOS Esports as a Chains of Corruption come across as well. But a flash forward, Cat Satan, he's come online with the double kill, and there we have it. The gold card primed and ready, jumping into the fight. They're moving on to Haki first, but we still have Rich leading the charge under the turrets, under the inhibitors. We'll find one more in that process.
Very, very clean stuff there from Katsatan, flashing forward with the feathers, and he's gonna pick up 1 kill, 2 kills at the end of that one, sitting at 10,000 gold at 10 minutes in the game. He has 2-4 items right now, 404, Geek Fam not found, EVOS, they are gonna be running away with this game.
Trying to pull away with it, see if they can maybe just close it out quickly enough. It's been a long day for these teams, and the playoffs are just about to arrive. Group stage ends tonight, and well, EVOS Esports hoping to leapfrog their way up into the 3rd seed so they don't have to start from the lower bracket.
Yep. That's going to be so important, right? We talk about how important that buffer is. While I think EVOS Esports, they'll be able to put up a good fight against anyone from Group A, you still want to make sure that you have something to fall back on. Keep in mind, in their regional leagues, in their playoffs in Thailand, EVOS Esports, they actually did drop to the lower bracket, I think in the 1st or 2nd round of playoffs, before they found their groove and they swept the whole thing coming into the grand finals. They might need that here again, so it's also important that you have that buffer.
But we're also a little bit surprised to see EVOS Esports come in as potentially the 3rd seed, depending on how this series goes. Well, I'm going to hold that point because they're finding the catch on the Haki first. Well, Veldis has joined in as well now, looking to maybe take down 69, but he flashes away just in time. And it's surprising to see them possibly come in as the 3rd seed because, well, frankly, they were the champions for the previous Summer Super Cup, and so a lot closer than we expected. Tipper will fall to mobile, though.
Yeah, will fall to mobile, and unfortunately, the Teemo counter pick doesn't work out in this situation. The blind is not going to save him from the Renekton, as we see G4 marching his way forward.
Yeah, you have to respect the man, have to realize that he's walking in view of the gold card. It's going to put you on timeout, and makes it very difficult to get anything done. EVOS now playing it slow, just methodically dismantling the game. Look at the goal advantage, 16,000 at 12 minutes. I mean, frankly, apart from those 2 kills on the Dragon, it's been almost a perfect game for EVOS.
It's not far off from a perfect game indeed, but the 2 kills, one for Haki, one for Mobile, will keep it from being that EVOS, of course, they need to make a statement win here. I'm trying to grasp for straws. I mean, it's gonna be a bit hard. They did just get rolled by SBTC earlier today, and now that was a statement win. Against Geek Fam, they just want to make it clean. They want to make it methodical. They want to close it out with as little mistakes as possible. You know, it's just another day on the job for them. They want to secure their 3rd place seed. We cannot emphasize this enough, and I think they are on the right track for that.
Just farming it up, playing safe. Geek Fam are taking their time with this process. You know, no need to overextend, take risks, especially against a team as good as EVOS. And, well, frankly, the gold has swung heavily within their favor anyway, so it's difficult to do so. Here we have it, the re-engage coming through from Rich. Jets gets a double man knock-up. G4 looking to join in on the fight, gets some information, comes with the gold card, looking at the flash. They take down Nyx first, and now maybe looking to move on to Haki. This is revenge for their previous kill. They got onto them. They get the gold card back onto the Gragas. Katsatan still going very aggressively forward because he has the feather storm by stuck in the Cataclysm, so he has to flash away.
In the meantime,
it's still alright. I mean, Tipper is in the side lane, still getting stuff done in this time.
Yeah, he gets the inhibitor actually. I didn't even notice that. Amazing analysis there, Gamenism.
Thank you very much.
The slack. And this is going to be Baron here for EVOS Esports. I mean, they are not really giving any chances to Geek Fam to get back into the game here. And who can blame them? They just want to close this one out. They want to close out the day. They want to close out the group stages. And they want to end Geek Fam's run. They want to secure their 3rd place here.
So EVOS are just gonna play this one out slowly and take down the rest of the inhibitors. I mean, there's just 2 left standing, 14.5 minutes in. It's looking pretty good for EVOS Esports. Should secure them their first win, and much to the dismay of a lot of the fans, Teemo won't be able to make much of a presence this game. Will we see more of this? I'm not quite sure. EVOS Esports, well, looking at the way they played against it, I think it's been pretty obvious how this pick is gonna turn out.
I don't know what to tell you. He has Awakened Soul Stealer as well, and goodbye to Mr. Nyx.
Oh yeah, you don't really have to tell me anything because EVOS Esports, they're just about to end it here. They're about to end this game. Tipper's gonna take his time in the side lane, escort the wave in, but frankly, I mean, you could just clump in 5 men in the mid lane. I don't think that Geek Fam can get very much done against you considering how far behind they are. On G4, he's prepped right around the corner with the
Here we
gold
go.
card. Get the Chains of Corruption onto Valdez, but frankly doesn't do all too much because the gold card get the damage over on Cross onto Momo, take him down. Valdez, he still has a Guardian Angel, not even a threat of his life. And EVOS Esports will slowly constrict the life out of Geek Fam, take them down one at a time after time. Moving on to the Nexus now, it's EVOS Esports with the first Game 1 win.
Time after time, EVOS will move on to playoffs, and they will likely